welcome to the East Bayfield Community Center here in Barrie, Ontario for a very special U22 elite broadcast between the Central York Panthers and the Barrie Junior Sharks. My name is Josh McCann alongside Cheryl Gilroy, and as many of you know, Cheryl also does play-by-play for the Central York Junior Panthers, so we came together here to do two simultaneous streams, so both Sharks and Panthers YouTube accounts have the same stream going live right now as we welcome you on in here to Military Night in Barrie. Cheryl, how excited are you for this broadcast?
I have no words to put to this. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, since the last time these two teams squared off down in Central York. And I wanted to get the simulcast happening at that point in time, but some things got in the way. This time I think I've got all the glitches worked out. So Sharks fans, Panthers fans, thank you to this first time ever simultaneous stream on two different channels.
Well, it's the rubber match kind of for these two teams, as the Central York Panthers picked up the 3-2 win in the last match between these two teams back in October. But the first meeting actually happened at the Stony Creek Showcase with a 1-0 Sharks win in the bronze medal game.
That's correct. So I think Central York are really happy about how they're performing against these Sharks, beating them at the Stony Creek Showcase, as well as taking that edge over the Sharks in their home game 3-2 at their last matchup last month. Sharks, they're coming off a loss back in Brampton on Tuesday. Central York coming off a 3-game losing streak. Both teams want to get back in the win column today for sure.
Well, for the Sharks back in there, you're coming off a long stretch off. The Sharks haven't played since October 31st, so still trying to get their legs back to them, expecting a better effort here tonight. And for the Panthers, those 3 games came during the U18 National, so they were a bit short-handed, as you mentioned to me this morning.
Central York was a bit short-handed, as Annabella Van Berkel, Claire Hicks, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one, Demi Lazarou was off the U18 Nationals. Happy to have them back with Central York, even though Demi Lazarou is currently out of the lineup. And I believe that we have some Sharks that were away at that tournament as well.
Yes, Kate Stewart and Sonia Mehta were on the same team as Claire Hicks that won bronze over Ava Sador and Team Ontario Red. Stewart, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 6 games at the U18 Nationals as well. Jenny Keller played for Team Alberta. Patty McKay played for Team Manitoba, and had May Severn been able to make it, she would have also been with Team Ontario for that. But Severn back in the lineup for the Sharks here. That's a big add for the Sharks team, getting their recently named captain back in the lineup.
It was great to see May Severn back on the ice on Tuesday, even though it was a loss against Brampton. It was great to see her in action.
Well, the Sharks will have everyone except Kathleen Leon in the lineup tonight. For Central York, a couple scratches on the offensive side.
For Central York, we've got Demi Lazarou out, and Lily Paisley is out as she was hurt in last weekend's game. We do have a few call-ups on the Central York side. Number 23, Charlotte Endicott. Number 37, Sarah Martin. And number 18, Summer Neal. Who do we have called up here for the Sharks?
Well, for the Sharks, it's number 52, Victoria Scorgiello. And if you look straight ahead, she moved away, so now you can't see her. But the back of her jersey reads Eldridge right now.
I wonder if that's going to be some luck tonight.
Well, these are special military night jerseys, as it is military night here in honor of everyone that has served, past and present. Of course, the Sharks being off for so long, they haven't had a home game since Halloween, and they didn't really have one up coming on to Remembrance Day, so they'll get to honor that here tonight. For just a minute 30 left here before the Sharks and Panthers do battle again. And this is a big game for the Panthers. That we talked about them coming in on a 3-game losing streak, but they'd love to stop that slide before it gets too far the other way.
Curly holding down 3rd place in the division right now, and they want to get back in the win column as they're chasing Etobicoke Dolphins, as is the Barrie Sharks, currently sitting in 5th. And I don't know if you look ahead at the schedule yet, Josh, but you know who they face on Tuesday night.
Well, the Etobicoke Dolphins are Tuesday, and this is a big stretch for the Sharks. They got the 3rd place Panthers tonight, the 1st place Dolphins next Tuesday, a Friday match for Ridley College before a Sunday matchup against second place in the PM. So all the big competitors are coming to the Shark Tank, and for Etobicoke, the Sharks do have to go on the road for that game as well.
Just wrapping up here, 35 seconds remaining and warm up once again, folks. My name is Cheryl Gilroy, along with my partner tonight, Josh McCann, our camera people, Delaney Schwartz and James Battaglia, bringing you this very awesome live double stream. We'll get set for player introductions, our national anthem, and our ceremonial puck drop. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Did you have any more to add?
Only one game out of town tonight. The 9th place Burlington Barracudas taking on the 6th place Durham West Lightning. We can get a score for you for that at the start of the second period. But now time for teams to get together before a military night ceremony.
Just as a side note, Josh, these jerseys are really slick looking and the names are easy to read.
Not like last year's ones.
People can hear you, Josh.
They were nice last year. Just couldn't read them.
Referees for tonight's contest. On line, Jeff Schultz and Megan Barrie. And referees Avery Martin and Greg Steele. And the starting lineups brought to you tonight by Georgia Communities. Live remarkably. First, for the visitors.
Starting lineup for the Central York Junior Panthers.
On defense, number 98.
On defense, number 98, Dwyer Deckers.
Number 47.
Number 47, Ashley Miner. Number 12, Annabella Van Berkel. Number 21, Zoe Ordenis. And number 13, Abby Pack. And starting in net tonight for the Central York Panthers is number 30, Claire Hicks.
All for the Sharks. On defense, Gabby Lewis. 77, Isabel Schreck. At forward, 82, Kim Stewart.
We have some special guests this evening here doing our ceremonial puck drop from Bay Sport. They will come out to help us out.
We ask Captain of the Central York Junior Panthers, Ashley Miner, and your Parish York Junior Shirts Captain, Nick Seven, to please join us for their distinguished guests at Center Ice for our ceremonial puck drop.
Well, welcome to the East Bayfield Community Center for tonight's matchup between the Barrie Junior Sharks and the Central York Panthers. The Panthers coming in losers of 3 straight, trying to turn things around here today against the Shark team looking for revenge, coming off a 3-2 loss to the Panthers back in October. The Sharks coming in losing 2 of their last 3, only scoring 2 goals total in that time. Ava Store and Claire Hicks in net here tonight. Hicks last start came on October 28th, stopping 33 of 35 in victory over Mississauga. She had the start in the bronze medal winning game for Team Ontario Blue. Sador, a .940 save percentage on the season, stopped 27 of 29 in her last U22 league start against Mississauga on October 26th. Hicks was the goaltender of record for the Panthers last time these 2 teams faced off. Sador, her first match of the year against the Panthers, as Riley Maxwell had both the regular season game and the Stony Creek Showcase game. Sharks and Panthers just getting ready to get on the way here from the field as they get rid of the match from the field. Takes the ball. Barrie on a Thursday night. Gabby Willard with possession. She'll play it around to Jenny Keller. Now tip it out of the zone. That's kept in on the point. Decker steps up. Her shot blocked by 7. Shrett takes the puck, passing it ahead to Kate Stewart. Stewart ahead for Keller. That goes down the lane to the left. Alford against the board. Stewart knocks the 3 in the corner. Goes back to the point for Charette. Charette takes a shot. That stopped. Rebound. Stopped as well by Hicks. And whistled down. An early opportunity for the Sharks to get on the board, but Hicks up to the task.
Good start for both teams, and they're sure they want to get all the opportunities they can quickly in the opposition zone and get off to a good start in this game.
Allie Winter on the draw here for the Sharks. It'll be Kira Johnson for the Panthers. Off the draw, Minor out to Deckers. She'll tip it ahead to Audrey Martone. Fired forward just past Lewington down the ice. Sador out of her net, plays it around to McKay. Maddie McKay, the only goal scorer the other night in Brampton, passes ahead to Taya Wallace. She had 2 against the Panthers last time. Wallace into the zone, knocked off the puck there. The puck goes in the corner, now McKay coming out with it. Maddie McKay is shot stopped by Hicks. Another whistle here, and you can tell from the 2 benches there's a ton of energy in the air here tonight.
You don't say. I didn't gather that, Josh. Back and forth action quickly. Hicks so far has seen the puck 2 times, but it's hit the glove each time. We'll see how things continue here.
Well, it's France and Janowski on the draw, won by France. Back to the point for Scorgiello. Right down to the corner, goes past Swanson. Janowski pins the boards. Neal trying to help her out. Swanson gets it, puts it out front, off the post, and gathered by Hicks. Abby Brumwell coming in there for an opportunity.
It's the one thing I've seen, Josh, in the last few games that I've covered for both of these squads. The puck is doing weird things this season. I don't know what's going on with the pucks, but it's been on.
Well, that first goal when these 2 teams last met up was a very funky bounce out front of Riley Maxwell and an awkward turnover for the Sharks. Shapira going back the other way, flips it ahead for Trifone. Cosgrave able to get ahead of her. The 2 of them going to the boards as the puck goes around. Trying to get it out was Brumwell. That puck remained in thanks to Neal, but now Piper 7 taking it out back the other way. Swanson couldn't play it any further. 7 ahead for Brumwell, went between her legs and out to Neal. Neal to Trifone. That's tipped into the zone. Puck goes down behind the net. Pack couldn't get to it. 7 pins her off. Pack gets it back. Putting it out front. Minor a one-timer blocked by Cosgrave. Rebound comes out of the zone. Panthers will regroup. Decker's sending it right back in. Cosgrave ahead for Larman. Larman backhanding it forward. Puck goes down the ice. Right on net. Hicks sends it aside. Harbeck took a tumble in the boards trying to catch up to that one. Battle for it. Severn knocking it down low. Ray Severn behind the net, battling with Deckers. The 2 of them collide as the Panthers look to take it out the other way. Larman grabs it. Sam Larman now down behind the net, puts it up front. Severn a one-timer, she scores! Welcome back, May Severn, her 2nd of the year, and the Sharks captain has Barrie on the board early. It's 1-0.
What energy in there is going. Claire Hicks was making some great shots, but great shot out in front, and May Severn buries it.
Nice pass by Sam Larman as well. Early in this game, the Sharks had a great start. Some good opportunities on Hicks, and they find the back of the net there. Sonia Meta ahead for Jenny Keller, just missed her. Winter now playing it forward. Balfour tipped into the zone. Scorgiello tried to play it ahead, knocked down by Johnson and pushed into the corner. Balfour behind the net. Scorgiello looking for Stewart, got past her. Telesnik a shot, stopped by Sador. Easy save there and a whistle.
Well, the important thing is to see how Central York responds to that quick goal by the Junior Sharks.
Face off in the offensive zone for Audrey Martone and the Panthers. And it looks like she's going to get kicked out. Johnson going to come in. Martone will head to her wing. And she wins draw right to her. Martone a shot, that goes wide. Sonia Meta with it, flipped ahead. Keller trying to get it out, that was broken up. Meta upends Lewington. Martone couldn't get it, tipped out of the zone. Telesnik sends it in. Severn from Larman on the first goal of the game. No second assist on that one. Keller around the boards. Scorgiello trying to catch up to it. Kate Stewart gets there. Now push it forward, kept in by Neal. Flip down to the corner, Trifon behind the net. Cross to Shapira. Shapira spins back, goes to the point. Cody takes the shot, that's blocked by Winter. Stewart will take it. She had the game-tying goal in that bronze medal game at U18 Nationals. Here's a shot from Winter, that's blocked and deflected out of play. 16:39 to go.
Definitely seems loud in here. I think these guys want to make it a good fight tonight, both squads.
Sharks continue to mix and match the lines with only 11 forwards. Elda Silva not in the lineup. Sadie France now with McKay and Wallace. France backhands it down to the corner. Played forward and out back the other way. Battle for it. Wallace ahead for McKay into the zone onside. McKay will send it down to the corner. Behind the net, Neal is there. She'll play it ahead and deflect it out of the zone. McKay right back on it. Tried to bring it into the zone, broken up by the Panthers. Now maybe numbers for Central York. Van Berkel across for Ordanis, but she flipped it too far over. Ordanis to Van Berkel now. 17 goals on the year for Annabella Van Berkel. She's been one of, if not best Panther this year. Taya Wallace intercepts, goes back the other way. Wallace spins off, trying to give it to McKay. That's broken up and comes out of the zone. Willard to Charette, backhanded off the boards into the Panther end. Both teams will make changes. Ashley Miner is there. Miner plays it forward, tipped ahead by Martin down the length of the ice, icing waved off. Charette up the boards for Brumwell, gets that out of the zone. Deckers gets there, plays it off the boards. Knocked down by Charette in the neutral zone and then kicked into the zone by Martin right on net. Sador will gather it and hold. 15:22 to go here in the opening period. Barrie Junior Sharks getting the opening goal of this one thanks to May Severn, who's back on the ice here, taking the draw against Kira Johnson. 6 goals, 7 assists for Johnson on the air. She's able to win the draw. Puck played down in the corner by Clark, behind the net. Put out front, here's Martone, that was broken up by Brumwell. Swanson trying to play it off the boards. Clark able to keep it in. Now here's Martone, spins it down low behind the net. Puck comes out to Brumwell. Calm it down, backhands it forward out of the zone. Puck goes down the ice to Lesnick. Cross to Clark, played forward to Johnson. Knocked down, sent into the zone. Down behind the net, Lewington chasing Meta. Meta will get there first. Backhands it around for Brumwell. Brumwell to Winter and ahead for Sam Larman. Assist earlier in the game brings her to 7 assists on the air. Larman trying to go back to the point. Scorgiello a shot. That was broken up by Neal. Played ahead to Martone, who sends it into her own bench there accidentally with 14:34 to go.
Central York definitely looking for every opportunity to get an equalizer here, not too long after the Sharks take a 1-0 lead. Fun period so far.
Another offensive zone draw here for the Sharks. Winter and Janowski on it. Janowski getting some instructions and then wins the draw. Winter tried to play it around. First one there is going to be a Panther. Trifon Sent it to the boards by Larman. Larman out front for Harbeck. Stopped by Hicks. Puck is loose. Cody able to get the rebound. Pushed into the boards. Harbeck taken down. And now grabbed and back the other way. Here comes Neal up the wing. She'll send it into the zone. Knocked down by Scorgiello. Tipped around. Shapira puts it across, but it's whistled down. Face-off going to come right out front of the Shark bench. I think originally it was said that it would go into the Shark zone, but they're going to bring it out. Panthers bench wanting an explanation. Battle for the draw, won by Van Berkel. Sent into the zone and down behind the net by Deckers. Sador able to knock it down. Ordanis will grab it. First to it, trying to put it out front. That's broken up. Cosgrave sends it out. Knocked down by Keller with a high stick, but Deckers touched it, so that's negated. Stewart to Keller. Jenny Keller trying to knock it free, broken up by Van Berkel. She had the game-winning goal in the third period last time these two teams met up. She's pinned to the boards by Kate Stewart, who had the only goal back in September at the Stony Creek Showcase, the matchup between these two teams. Cosgrave behind the net for 7. Right for 7, tipped ahead by Keller, kept in the zone by Deckers. Puck goes down behind the net. Van Berkel sends Cosgrave into the boards. That will be a penalty. And Berkel heading to the box for body contact, and first power play of the game belongs to the Sharks. So first power play of the game, the Barrie Sharks went 0 for 2 on Tuesday against Brampton. Overall, they're operating at 11.5%. The Panthers at 84.2 on the penalty kill, went 2 for 2 last game against Waterloo. Puck comes out to Scorgiello. Played down low. Wallace slides across for Charette. Her pass blocked by Martone. Charette gets it right back. Steps up, takes a shot, knocked down, and bounces over to the corner. Wallace spins back, goes to triangle with a point. That's intercepted and cleared by the Panthers. Both teams had 2 power plays in their earlier matchup in the season. Neither team was able to convert on either one of those. Scorgiello plays the head for McKay, collides with Martone there, and that forces a Panther turnover. Johnson will send it into the zone. Scorgiello there to grab it as Central York tries to make changes. Johnson strips Scorgiello of the puck, trying to go to Ordanis. That's broken up. Back the other way, the captain, May Severn, brings it into the zone, trying to drive through the middle. Severn still has it. Battling for it, drops it back to the point. France steps up, takes the shot, stopped by Hicks. 1:01 to go here in the power play.
What patience by May Severn to come in over that blue line and weave around not 1, but 2, but 3 white jerseys to get a shot off. That was incredible.
We saw Severn do that earlier this year on her first goal of the season against the Waterloo Ravens, back when the Sharks played them. And moved around a couple players and then got open for an easy shot into the net. 45 seconds to go. Meta plays it ahead. Puck goes down the ice, and icing will be called with 40 seconds to go. Face off to the right of Ava Sador. Janowski and Stewart on the draw. Won by the Sharks. Here's Meta with it. Tripped up. That's going to be a penalty. Grabbed by Trefone. Hooking the call.
I'm sure that's a call that Janowski did not want to take to put their team down by 2 players. See how they respond, if they can kill it off, or the Sharks take the advantage and get another goal here.
Well, the Sharks will have 34 seconds here to try and get a goal before the 5-on-4 begins. Could really put a dent into this game. Off the draw, Keller. France stumbles, gets back to her feet. Keller to Meta, has some space, takes the shot, stopped by Hicks. Rebound to the corner, Stewart. Trying to send it all the way across to France. That's broken up, cleared the length of the ice by Pack. Sador leaves it for Meta. Behind her own net, Sonia Meta. bringing it out into the zone. Meta maybe trying to take it herself. She gets taken down. Open room for McKay. She'll take a shot. Stopped by Hicks. Rebound goes in. With 1 second left on the 5-on-3, the Sharks find the back of the net. Sonia Meta leading the pile, her third of the year.
Claire Hicks did all she can to make the first stop with a rebound available, and there was a Shark in the right place at the right time to get it past her.
What an effort by Meta coming into the zone, fighting through a couple players. She got taken down, and then no one was around the puck. McKay stepped up for the shot, and Meta was there for the rebound to make it 2-0. And with that goal happening with a second left on the power play, the Sharks will still have a minute 27, 5-on-4 to try and add on to their lead here.
Now, in a recent game for Central York, I've seen them come back from a 3-0 deficit after one period, so don't count them out just yet. They're still going to fight.
That was that game against Cambridge. They ended up losing in overtime, so they were able to get a point out of it in the game that looked lost for the Panthers through 40. Swanson sends it ahead for Brumwell, broken up. Cody sends it down the ice. A minute left in the power play. Sador leaves it for Scores Yellow. 8-2-7. 7 with speed into the zone. Deeps around Niner into the zone. 7 sends it wide. It's deflected around. Martone has it, flips it ahead for Johnson. Could she catch up to her will? Here Johnson takes the shot, stopped by Sador. Good short-handed opportunity there with 36 seconds to go, but Sador up to the task.
Definitely look for the Central York Panthers to capitalize on every free puck that they've got. Great job by Kara Johnson finding that puck and getting a shot off. Ava Zador shutting her down.
Johnson and Severn on the draw. Severn's going to get kicked out. Looks like Larman's going to take it. Cosgrave to 7. Behind the net, played forward. Severn trying to go across to Harbeck, and that almost ended up into the crowd with 27 seconds to go.
There ain't no mesh between us and the puck, Josh. We gotta be careful. Struck iron.
Don't think that was the iron she was looking for.
No, I don't think so.
Off the draw, Keller to 7. Flipped forward, Severn trying to catch up to it before Van Berkel gets there, and she does. Stewart into the zone, chips it to Severn. May Severn through the middle, takes the shot, stopped by Hicks. 15 seconds to go in the power play.
I'll be interested to see what the shots on goal here after the first period. Claire Hicks has been under siege here with the power play, and even before that, she's taken way more shots than Zador has.
Well, the Sharks had total control of the first 3-4 minutes of this game. And then now recently with the 5-on-3 turned into a 5-on-4. Keller back to the point for Willard. Backhands it to Keller. Jenny Keller takes the shot, stopped by Hicks, rebounds. Stewart couldn't get at it. The bag kept in by Willard. Janowski out of the box, we're back 5-on-5. One-timer, that's blocked. Stewart to Keller there on that opportunity. Charette trying to go down to the corner. Severn, flip down. Chipped, and Severn's got it. Trying to put it out front, that's broken up. Van Berkel going back the other way. Ordanis leaves it for Telesnik. Rachel Telesnik gets it down low. Sharks get it. Willard trying to play it forward. That's broken up by Shapira, who loses it. Charette playing it around. Tipped forward out of the zone by McKay. Van Berkel grabs it, plays it to Cody, and flipped down the ice. Willard comes free of it, gives it to Wallace. Sent across to McKay. McKay to France. Here come the Sharks back into the zone. France against Cody. Takes a backhand, stopped by Hicks. Rebound's just sitting there. Sent wide by Wallace. Battle for it. Taya Wallace trying to knock it free from Cody. McKay eventually gets it. Just trying to go back to the point. Gets pinned to the boards. Shapira trying to knock it out. Kicked around. Shapira off the boards, out of the zone. Sadie France with 8:40 to go. Sit across. That's tipped into the zone by Wallace. Played forward by McKay. Knocked off her stick. Janowski there. Try to play it around. That hit the official and then hits it again. Janowski having no luck there. Played to Minor. Couldn't get it out. Kept in by Scorgiello. McKay down to Brumwell. Takes the shot. That was blocked by Neal. Puck comes to the corner. Trying to knock it free of the Panthers. Martone just barely gets it out of the zone. Sharks grab it and regroup. Scores yellow to Brumwell. She'll get it in, pushed into the boards. And now a scrum for it. Puck knocked free. Johnson across to Martone. Audrey Martone coming around. Trying to get around Cosgrave. Just flips it down to the corner. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the opening period. The Sharks have a 2-0 lead on the backs of goals from May Severn and Sonia Mehta. Pack's pass broken up by Cosgrave. Played forward to Swanson. Backhanded down the ice. Deckers to Minor. Played forward to Pack ahead to Ordanis. She's got breakaways. Zoe Ordanis in all alone. Backhander stopped by Sador. Rebound thrown out in front, broken up by Harbeck. On charging there was Clark. She couldn't keep it in the zone. Don't know for sure, but Kaya Harbeck, as that's turned over, here's Ordanis a chance tonight. Rebound, and it somehow stays out. Puck still loose, Pack jamming away, and Sador dives out to stop it. Net is off, they're still playing. To Lesnick across, here's a shot sent over top, and finally we get a whistle in all that commotion. No one realized the net came off, but what a save from Ava Sador.
A save? How about multiple saves, probably by multiple people in the crease? I don't think I've ever seen a play like that. That was unreal.
Well, Sharks turned it over and Ordanis was alone out front. Sador made a couple huge saves there, and before that on the breakaway as well. I was trying to say that I thought Kaya Harbeck got a deflection maybe on the breakaway, as now it's turned over, back the other way. Here goes Keller. Keller into the zone, stopped by Hicks. I'm going to stop talking about Kaya Harbeck forcing a turnover, because every time I try and do, team's going on a breakaway.
Don't get ahead of yourself there, Josh. No, great effort there by the Central York Panthers, doing all they can in Ava Sador's crease to get up and over her. Just can't get it around her.
Severn and Janowski on the draw. Severn knocks it 4. That's broken up. Trying to flip it ahead, kept in the zone by Willard. Keller pushed into the boards. Janowski trying to play it ahead. That's broken up. Janowski, though, able to get it back. Kicks it forward, plays it ahead to Cody. Bit of a miscommunication there by the Panthers. Severn tries a backhanded pass, broken up by Shapira. Elizabeth Shapira plays it ahead past Stewart. She'll come into the zone, 6.5 to go. Shapira takes the shot, easy save for Sador. That was probably a cakewalk for Sador after those saves she just made a minute ago.
I'm still wondering how the puck didn't go in the last play, Josh. I said strange things have been happening with the puck lately. Just been unreal hockey.
Well, you see it all the time where there's that one player loose from the scrum and the puck comes out to them and it's an easy tap in, but that's what it looked like Abigail Pack had, but tremendous stop by Sador. Puck goes around the boards. McKay intercepted. Down behind the net. Knocked around as Endicott tried to play it around. Endicott, sorry. That's flipped ahead, kept in by Neal. Played down to the corner. Sador using her paddle to get it down there. Endicott trying to knock it free. Taken down by 7. Panthers want a call they're not going to get. Neal comes free of Wallace. Comes down low, battling for the 7. That's broken up. Flipped forward by France, trying to tip it out of the zone was Wallace, but kept in the zone by Endicott. 7 played around for McKay. Maddie McKay coming around, collision there with Endicott again, but broken up. Minor through the middle, missed Johnson. That's going to go down the length of the ice for an icing here. 5:43 to go in the first period.
Okay, if you had to guess shots on goal, who do you think is leading in that department by now, Josh?
I don't know. The Panthers definitely added a few there. I'd say it's still the Sharks, but I think it got a bit closer there. Winter on the draw for Johnson. Won by the Panthers. Johnson. Now play it ahead. Lewington. Played forward to Johnson, back the other way. Play it mid ahead to Martone. Martone bounces off, centers it for Johnson, sent just wide. Lewington to the point for Minor. Minor plays that down. Martone behind the net, trying to put it out front. That's broken up. Charette ahead to Brumwell. Battle for it. Flipped ahead. Lewington flipped down low, grabbed by Charette. Charette sent into the boards by Martone. That's going to be a penalty against the Panthers. Sharks are going to get their 3rd power play here on that one. Martone to the box for body contact.
Well, I believe both goals come at even strength, or one a power play?
One was a power play.
One was a power play? Okay, we'll see how the Central York Panthers kill off this 2-minute penalty by Audrey Martone.
Well, it's the Sharks' third power play of the period. They're 1 for 2 right now, looking to make it 2 for 3 and add to this 2-goal lead. Pack, it was cleared out, and Van Berkel's past the defense. Annabelle Van Berkel in, all alone, short-handed, stopped by Sador! And the net came off afterwards, but once again, Ava Sador denying the Panthers, who have got to be getting frustrated right now.
Very similar effort to what I saw the Sharks playing in Brampton, where they spent all that time in the Brampton's end for like 10 minutes and couldn't get anything past the goaltender. So it feels like for Central York here right now.
Well, it goes around, comes around. Sharks with it. Stewart. Flipped ahead to Severn. Able to get around Pack into the zone. Gives to Stewart. Cross ice feed. Stady France. Meta on the point. Takes the shot. Deflected, and that goes wide. Keller. Meta on the point. Back to Keller. Meta. France. Center. Severn looking for a one-timer. Broken up. Then she got taken down by Van Berkel. And Pack clears it back the other way. Sador gives it to Meta. Sonia Meta around the boards. Played ahead. McKay. Maddie McKay into the zone. We're not into the zone yet, but she'll give it to France, who gets it into the zone. Battling with Johnson for it. That's tipped around. Sharks keep it in for a moment. They're sent out back the other way by Cody. Here's McKay. Trying to go to Wallace. That missed. Neal plays the cross. Johnson flips it ahead. Didn't get as much on it as she wanted, but she's still able to get the change. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Wallace into the zone. Drops it off. Mallory Winter to McKay. McKay getting around Ordanis. Takes the shot. Stopped by Hicks.
After those 2 goals got past Claire Hicks, she's been standing really strong between the 2 pipes and seeing everything despite having screens in front of her. Good to see.
Face off here in the Panther end, and they're able to win the draw. Janowski around the board. Trying to tip it out of the zone, and it'll come out back the other way. Adrielle Charette from her own end. Plays a 4. Missed that pass, though. Janowski forced the turnover. She's in. Takes the shot. Stopped by Sador. McKay flipped ahead to Winter for a Shark power play. It seems like more of the opportunities coming to the Central York Panthers between that chance and the Van Berkel breakaway earlier in the power play. McKay into the zone. Final seconds here before we're back to even strength. McKay gets it down in the corner for Winter. Tried to slide it in front. Couldn't get it. Now she'll try. That's blocked off by the Panthers. Battle for it. Martone gets it. Played forward to Shapira. Knocked down by Harbeck in the neutral zone. Harbeck catches up to it. Floats it forward. Down behind the net. Hicks thought about coming out, but will leave it for Deckers. Deckers plays it ahead. Out back the other way. Meta to Harbeck. Broken up by Deckers. And grabbed by Zoe Ordanis. Turned it over. Now a chance. May Severn a shot sent way wide. Severn has had a couple opportunities here, looking for her second of the night. Meta pressured by Pack. She'll leave it for Severn. Ton of speed between those two. Severn into the zone. Fights off Van Berkel. Plays it down low behind the net. Harbeck fighting with Miner. Puck comes out in front. No Sharks there. Only a Panther. And Decker sends it out the other way. France sends it right back in for the Sharks. Down the corner. France catches up to it herself. Has a couple Panthers on her. Brumwell knocks it free. Getting it out front. Takes the shot. Stopped by Hicks. And then Brumwell took down Lewington. And that's going to be a penalty. Good job on the other side by the Panthers player there to break the potential pass up for Brumwell. She had to take the shot, and that led to the rebound down low where she tripped the Panther player.
Abby Brumwell sitting 2 minutes or less for tripping, and Central York with their first chance on a power play. Let's see what they can do with it, Josh.
Well, Panthers went 0 for 5 on Sunday against Waterloo, currently operating at 9% on the season this year.
You and your stats. You always put me to shame with your stats, Josh.
For the Sharks, 1 for 2 on the penalty kill against Brampton, currently operating at 84.3%, just 0.1% a difference between these two teams' penalty kills. Neal to Johnson. Back to the point for Neal. She'll play it across. Cody steps up, pulling it down low for Martone. That's broken up. Sharks trying to go back the other way. Here's Wallace. In the neutral zone, sends it in. Claire Hicks behind her own net, gives it off to Neal. Pressure from behind by Stewart. But the Panthers able to get it ahead. Johnson into the zone. Comes down low, puts it out front for Lewington. Deflected on net, stopped by Sador. Rebound Wallace. She's able to clear off the glove of Deckers and out. Just under a minute and a half to go. Cody. 1:20 left in the Panther power play. Cody to Trifon. Played ahead. Final minute of the first. This power play will carry over if the Panthers don't score. Here is Shapira. Puts it on net, but Sador able to make another save.
Central York Panthers putting on a fight. They wanted to get on the board before the end of the period, and they nearly did, but Sador, again, shutting her down.
Janowski and Larman on the draw, won by the Panthers. Puck goes down back to the point, Minor. Shapira trying to send it across for Deckers. Just into the corner, battle for it. 40 seconds to go in the period. 55 seconds left in the power play. Puck still pinned to the boards and knocked out to the point. Trifon to Deckers. Deckers across. Here's Shapira, but Charette down on her knees, able to force that one. Shapira to keep the puck. That's sent out of the zone. 20 seconds to go as the Panthers look for one going into the break. Trifon off the boards, down deep. Grabbed by Larman. Charette gets it, sends it out back the other way down the length of the ice. We'll see if the Panthers can hurry one up here. To Lesnick from behind her own net. 5 seconds to go. Quick pass ahead to Janowski. Now Van Berkel in the neutral zone, and that will do it. So still 16 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers going into the second period, as they're still looking for their first goal of this one, thanks to a couple huge saves from Ava Sador.
Ava Sador standing tall between the pipes, as is Claire Hicks, despite that 2 goals getting past her. I think we're in for a good fight here tonight, Josh. I think second and third are going to be interesting.
Well, the Sharks were the better team in the first half of the period. The Panthers had a good response in the second half, and both these teams have had some big comebacks this year, so both of them know that it's never over this early into a game. But for now, the first period is over, so we're going to take a break. Guys, hope you'll join us back for the second intermission here live on both the Central York Panthers and Barrie Junior Sharks YouTube. Well, welcome back here to the second period from East Bayfield Community Center. It's the Barrie Sharks off to a pretty big start, up 2-0 on the Central York Panthers, and the Panthers responded in the second half of the period with some good offense, but I'd say that the early start to this game was surprising, not in surprising that the Sharks are doing good by any means, because the Sharks are a really good team, but surprising because these two teams are so even, so to see the Sharks come out like that, it was pretty surprising.
I think the Sharks got off to a really good start after suffering that heartbreaking loss on Tuesday. They wanted to get back in the win column as quickly as possible. So do Central York, but I think the Sharks' loss is a bit more recent than Central York's. No offense there, Central York fans. I know that these girls have got it in them, and I think we're in for a great second and third period.
Well, like we mentioned, the Panthers have had some recent comebacks. They were down 3-0 to Cambridge. They come back with 3 in the third. They lose the game in overtime, but still getting a point out of that one is pretty successful. So on to the second period, though. Here, Abby Brumwell still in the box for tripping, as we'll get the second period underway. May Severn wins the draw. 15 seconds left in the power play. Meta played ahead and sent down the ice. Hicks is there. Plays it forward. Severn hard into the boards there. She was nearly able to take away the puck. Looks like she's no worse for wear. Minor played forward. Keller knocked down. Brumwell out of the box. Organis tried to play it out front. That's broken up. Minor battling with Keller. Knocked free to Pack. Back to the point. Deckers takes the shot. Blocked by Keller. Rebound. Battle for it. Knocked back. Cosgrave sends it across. Meta. Ahead, knocked down by Pack. Grabbed by Van Perkel. Van Perkel spins back, trying to play it forward. Knocked down by Keller. Stewart down with the puck, sends it across. Cosgrave will get there first. Cosgrave taken down into the boards as she sends it in. Hicks will play it, gives it to Deckers. Deckers up the wing, got past Stewart. Martone trying to catch up to it. Her and Meta go down into the corner. Sonia Meta able to get there first. Trying to play it ahead for Wallace, who has it now, trying to spin off Martone, and she will. Wallace able to get it past Lewington. Here she comes into the Central York end. Taya Wallace up the wing, takes the shot, scores! What a goal from Taya Wallace from that angle! Her fifth of the season, her third against the Panthers this year. It's 3-0.
Did she or did she not score 2 goals against the Central York Panthers? The last time these guys met up.
That's what I just said. Her third against the Panthers
this
year.
So she's just continuing. She's picking up where she left off.
What a goal from Taya Wallace. She had an assist on Tuesday against Brampton. And now another point here, carrying that over. Here come the Panthers looking for a response. Johnson into the zone, takes the shot, stopped by Sador.
That was quite the short angle that Wallace shot at, too. I don't think Claire Hicks even saw it. It just kind of floated past her.
Well, Wallace didn't have anywhere to really pass the puck to, so she might as well just take a chance from here, and it paid off. The Panthers, not what you want to see, now down 3-0. Battle for Janowski, knocked down. Back the other way comes Brumwell. Brumwell getting past to Lesnick. Maybe a 2-on-1 here. Brumwell takes the shot, save, Hicks, rebound, Swanson scores! Simone Swanson and Abby Brumwell were there. Don't know who got the last tip. Leading the charge is Abby Brumwell with her 5th of the season, and the Sharks are laying it on now. It's 4-0.
Just out of curiosity, Josh, what are shots on goal off the first period?
14-10 Barrie.
14-10 in favor of the Barrie Sharks. Okay, well, I'm a little biased because I want to see my Central York Panthers kind of get back into it. No offense, Sharks fans. I do cover both teams, and I love both teams, but I want to see them give it a better fight than 4-0.
Well, we see where your alignment lies.
What was that?
Nothing.
Josh!
Draw one by the Panthers. Flipped into the zone. Central York now down 4-0. Plenty of time to work with, but can't be allowing really any more pucks in to the back of the net. Now in net number 31, Jamie Sanford. Puck behind the net, Cosgrave. Flipped ahead down the ice, just across past Sanford. Brumwell trying to beat it out, and that's icing call. Sanford, a .916 save percentage on the air, stopped 28 of 31 on Sunday in the loss against Waterloo. France and Van Berkel on the draw. Van Berkel wins it. Here's Cody playing it down low for Danis. That's broken up, sent around the boards by Cosgrave. France. Battle for it, puck knocked out to Brumwell. Swanson and Seven get assists on that second goal. Panthers keeping it in the zone, or Danis. Battles for it, keeps it free. Here's Ordanis, played down to the corner for Van Berkel. Bella Van Berkel pushed into the boards. Battle for it, Van Berkel puts it out front, knocked away by Sador. Back to the point, Cody. Her shot blocked. Swanson played off the boards and out back the other way. Hand is up though. Cross-checking call against Annabella Van Berkel, and the Sharks are going to get another power play.
I'm fairly certain that's not the way Steve Dempsey wanted to start off the second period with 2 goals, and now they're going to be down a player for 2 minutes. Need to get a better mindset going in here as we continue through the second period.
Well, the Shark power play 1 for 3 in the opening period, so Central Yorks ran into a bit of penalty problems here today. Lewington's going to send that down the length of the ice. Sador around the boards for Keller. Keller drops it back, Meta. Plays it ahead. Here's France off the boards into the zone. Icing indicated and will be called with 16:50 to go.
Well, I'm going to make a bold prediction here, Josh. Once they get done with this penalty kill, I suspect that the momentum's going to shift just a little bit in the Central York Panthers' favor. Sharks have definitely come out here flying 4-0. Yeah, little prediction.
Off the draw. Sharks with it, played ahead by France. Severn trying to catch up to it. Lewington plays it forward. Stewart collided with Martone there. As puck's played ahead, Keller drops it back to Meta. Meta fights off Martone. Going to come forward now. Already with a goal in this one. Meta to Keller, drops it back. Meta tried to get there, knocked out of the zone. Panthers have to regroup. Or Sharks have to regroup, sorry. Panthers make changes. Meta into the zone. Coming down low. Tried to drop it back. That's broken up, and Johnson will clear. Sador waits, leaves it for France. Played around. Adriel Charette off the boards, out back the other way. Taya Wallace backhands it forward, past Telesnik, down into the corner. McKay and Winter both beat out Telesnik. Winter goes back to the point. Chipped ahead by Scorgiello. McKay tried to go back to her. That's intercepted and cleared by Shapiro. About half a minute left in the Shark power play. They scored on their first opportunity, 0 for their last 2. Here's the turnover. Clark a chance save. Rebound sent wide by Trifon. Back the other way. McKay sends it quickly ahead for Wallace. Taya Wallace in the zone. Already has one. Takes the shot. Stopped by Sanford. And the whistle. 17 seconds left to go as the Panthers look to kill this one off. Cheryl, you made that bold prediction. Do you have any reasoning behind that or just a feeling?
Well, the last time I made a prediction like that at the Sharks game on Tuesday, within 30 seconds, the Sharks tied it out to make it 1-1. So I thought maybe it couldn't hurt.
Larman wins the draw. Cosgrave on the point. Takes the shot over top of Sanford. Swanson couldn't catch up to it. Now spins it out front for Harbeck. Knocked down. Puck played ahead. Janowski tips it forward. Janowski down on her knees, still fighting for it. What a job by Janowski as the penalty now killed. Pass across. Here's Neal with a shot blocked by Cosgrave. Puck flipped around. Cody steps up. That's broken up. Swanson grabs it, sends it across. Cosgrave trying to go ahead for 7. That's blocked by Janowski. Panthers would have had too many players there if Pat had touched it, but luckily she doesn't. Van Berkel taken down. That'll be a penalty. Simone Swanson going to head to the box in a moment right after she touches the puck. Hooking the call, and the Panthers will be back on the power play.
Now with that move there, it's Central there to get that puck away from the Sharks. There's a big scream over there on the Central York bench. Momentum feels like it's a little bit of shift in here towards the Central York side. Now they have a power play. Let's see what happens.
Well, the Panthers 0 for 1, but a good start to your prediction, getting a power play opportunity here. Van Berkel wins the draw to Lesnick. To Van Berkel, backhand down to the corner, Pack. Pack goes back to Van Berkel. Annabelle Van Berkel. Back to Lesnick. Van Berkel again. Steps up, takes the shot, saves Sador. Rebound loose in the middle. Van Berkel again, that's blocked. To Lesnick, a shot deflected. Sador to save. Puck still loose, they score! Abigail Pack with her 7th of the year, and the Panthers power play makes it 4-1.
Josh. Just saying. I feel a momentum shift happening here. Again, no offense, Sharks fans. I love the fact that this game is playing out the way that it is. 4-0 for the Barrie Sharks. Don't count the Panthers out yet.
And we're going to get a timeout here now by the Barrie Sharks. Dwayne Eldridge wanting to calm his group down off that power play goal and maybe feeling that, like you've been feeling, that the Panthers maybe getting close to getting back in this game.
Central York looked to get off to kind of a slow start in the first period, and the same thing with the second, allowing those 2 goals in the first and 2 goals in the second. And after covering them as many times as I have, including the Sharks, I know that they can bounce back rather quickly. They just need a spark to get them going, as do the Sharks. I've seen the Sharks go down, strike a spark, and they get going as well.
Well, this was a tight game at the start of the period, but then the Sharks come in and fire 2 quick ones into the back of the net, starting with Taya Wallace and followed up by Abby Brumwell. And that kind of got things out of hand a bit with the Panthers with that penalty kill and a power play goal with a big response there. Johnson and Winter on the draw here as we get back underway. Martone flips it ahead. Balfour, Johnson gets there. Played down behind the net, scores yellow. Battling for it. Puck knocked free, Winter. Plays it ahead to Wallace. Sharks trying to go back out the other way. Wallace knocked off the puck, and Lewington will send it right back in. In the first period, Abigail Pack was the player that got robbed by Ava Sador on that huge save. She gets the power play goal here on kind of a similar situation, a scrum out front, and she comes free with the puck with an open net. Meta plays it forward, backhanding it into the Shark bench as she tries to take out her teammates there.
I didn't get that. What, Josh?
Never mind.
It's noisy in here. I haven't got a headset on. No, what'd you say?
She tried to take out her teammates.
You think that was on purpose?
I don't think so. Maybe they didn't celebrate enough when she scored. I don't know.
You want them to celebrate more, Josh?
Well, the puck went into the bench, I'm just saying. Janowski wins the draw, puck sent in. Behind the net, Sador. Sent around, Keller. And whistled down, the net came off.
One thing I've noticed in all the rinks I've been in this year, Josh, is that those nets come off a lot. Why do you suppose that is?
I don't know.
You haven't got a guess?
I don't know.
All right, never mind.
Off the draw, Shapira back to Cody. Sent down to the corner, Trifone puts it out front. Here's a chance, stopped by Sador. Big save on Shapira to keep it at 4-1. Neal plays it forward, Charette across to Willard. That was blocked off by Shapira again. Charette now able to play it out, and the Panthers all over the Sharks here right now as they try and get back in this game. Willard missed that one. Van Berkel now trying to spin it to the net, back to the point. Decker's a shot, stopped by Sador. Rebound Pack down to the corner. Ordanis pushed in by Charette. Van Berkel trying to tip it around. Now she gets it back. Battling with France. Willard tried to knock it ahead. Van Berkel back to the point. Deckers on the point. Gives it to Ordanis. Takes the shots. Paddled away by Sador. And she will hold it with 12:40 to go.
That was a fantastic shot by Deckers at the blue line, but what an amazing toe save by Ava Sador to just stick that out just in time. Gotta appreciate the skills of a goaltender, that's for sure.
Well, that was Shapira with the shot. She has 8 assists on the year, but still looking for the elusive first goal. As of right now, off the draw, 7. Around the Cosgrave, played ahead, knocked out of the zone by Harbeck. Frasca, her pass ahead, knocked down. Swanson backhands it forward. Grabbed by Deckers. Played across, flipped ahead by Endicott. Foul forward against the boards. Puck knocked free. Severn couldn't get it. Here's an opportunity now. Shot in by Martin, stopped by Sador, and then everyone takes a tumble out front of the net there. 12-13 to go.
Feels like the adrenaline's getting going and ramping up high on both benches right now, Josh.
We've seen that all game. Tons of noise from both benches, very loud throughout this game. 7 plays it around. Battle for it, puck behind the net, Cosgrave. Flipped forward, knocked down by Telesnik, and tipped down behind the net. Winter around the boards. Swanson pushing it ahead, puck goes down the other way. Brumwell trying to chase Telesnik for it, but that will be icing with 11:51 to go. So another offensive zone draw here for the Central York Panthers as they continue to try and get back in this game. The Sharks with the first 4 of this one, but power play response from Abigail Pack has the Panthers within 3 and kind of having all the pressure go right their way right now. Cody down the ice icing.
Pace has kind of slowed down a little bit the last 60 seconds or so. Getting a little extra cautious, maybe?
Sharks haven't really seemed to get it past the neutral zone in a while. Panthers, really not much to risk if they let a Shark get in free. I mean, you've already allowed 4 goals and down by 3, so just trying to get the offense going, and it hasn't allowed the Sharks to get out of the zone. Winter, backhanded around for 7. Off the boards, Brumwell tipped it into the Panther bench. Face-off will come right back into the Panther zone.
All right, Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like these jerseys tonight?
Oh, they're very nice.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
9.
But you can read the names this year.
I know.
Doesn't that merit a 10?
I guess. Trifon, back to the point for Minor, takes the shot, or pass it down low. One-timer, Janowski broken up. Scores yellow, flips it back to Meta. Meta to McKay. Go ahead, that's broken up. Deckers swats it forward into the zone, offside.
Hey Josh, do you mind if I correct you on something?
Sure.
Number 19, Trifon. I'll hear about it if it's mispronounced. So.
As long as I'm not hearing about it. Decker sends it into the zone. Sador leaves it behind the net. Charette around, and that comes out of the zone again. Deckers back in her own end. Played around Minor. Up ahead, tipped forward by Urdanis. Puck comes out of the zone. Willard trying to send it right back in, but it's grabbed by Minor. Willard spins back. That plays it forward for Wallace. That's broken up. Panthers are offside. Martone doesn't realize coming on the ice, so she'll have to head back off. McKay off the boards. Getting there is Clark. She'll push it ahead. Balfour, Martone gets it into the zone. Intercepted. Willard trying a long ice pass to Wallace, but that's broken up. Sent back down the ice. Panthers offside again. Martone didn't realize. Now onside. Here come the Sharks though. Adriel Charette gets around Martone, takes her to the ground actually. Charette with a sharp angle shot, blocked off by Clark. Clearing attempt kept in by 7. 7 sends it down to the corner. So Sharks are making changes. Clark's pass ahead, gets out of the zone, goes down the ice. Icing already waved off. Sador out of her net, plays it forward. Got past Severn and intercepted. Johnson fights off 7, goes back to the point. Cody a shot wide of the net. Big rebound off the end boards, goes to Kate Stewart. Drop back for Cosgrave, turned over. Here's a chance for Johnson, stopped by Sador. Battle for it, Johnson. Try to go back to point, intercepted. Now maybe a break back the other way. Jenny Keller into the zone, has the DP. Keller's shot stopped by Safter. First shot in a while for the Sharks. but it nearly added to their lead. Keller's pass fanned on. Now Martone will just flip it back out the other way. Meta trying to get there. She'll beat Endicott to it. Sonia Meta played ahead, past Larman. Down the ice, deflected to the corner. Mally Winter first there. Over-skated it. Here's Martin now off the boards. Keller blocks that one off. Great job by Jenny Keller keeping the puck in the zone here for the Sharks. Cody tipped down the corner. That's blocked by Larman. Dial for it. Puck goes down behind the net. Neal around to Ella Frasca. Frasca played ahead. Tipped it forward by Endicott. Larman and Endicott battle for it. Then it's Sam Larman coming out with it. 8.5 to go here in the second period. Nice pass by Larman to Winter. Winter gives it right back to her. Larman into the zone, has space, takes the shot, blocked by Deckers. Rebound Winter. Down behind the net, Larman. Trying to get back to the point, deflected around. Charette just chips it back in. Sharks will come off and regroup. Here's Deckers. Off the boards, up ahead, and into the zone. Here's Frasca, takes the shot, stopped by Sador. Rebound Minor, steps up. Minor behind the net, tried to give to Trifon, that's broken up. Swanson ahead to Wallace, or no, France that was, that's broken up. But grabbed by Swanson. Simone Swanson into the zone, battling through the Panther defense, and broken up by Minor. Trifon looking to go back the other way, plays it forward, puck goes down the ice. Shapira and Charette race for it, but Charette able to beat her out for icing. 7.5 to go.
A lot of back and forth action here the last few minutes, a lot more even play. Things have settled down since that one goal by Central York. Nothing's happened ever since.
Draw one by France. 7 a shot, deflected up in the air. Back to the point. Cosgrave a blast. That's blocked by her own player. Abby Brumwell is there. Battle for it. Shapiro spins back. Played ahead. Trifon sent into the zone. Sador down behind the net. Got past her. Cosgrave quickly plays the head. That's deflected out of the zone. And back to Telesnik. Up to Pack. Tried a quick pass to Ordanis. That was broken up. Now Ordanis on it again. Played ahead for Van Berkel. That was knocked down by 7. Tried to play it forward. Intercepted by Pack. Abigail Pack, the only goal for the Panthers in this game and the most recent one. Here's Meta. Playing it ahead. Van Berkel couldn't get a stick on it in time. It comes out of the zone. Meta quickly rushing to force that turnover. Here's Severn to the middle. Takes the shot. Deflected. Meta a chance to stop. Rebound and stopped by Sanford. Good opportunity there for the Sharks. Severn and Martone. And Martone's going to get kicked out of the draw. Kira Johnson going to come in. Panthers got to switch things around. Don't know if they had it figured out by the time the face-off happened, but they have it off the draw. Martone trying to get around Meta. That's broken up and played forward to Severn. Cross for Wallace. They deem it onside. Wallace centered for Severn, just broken up. Lewington trying to go back the other way. Plays it ahead for Audrey Martone. Martone across. Johnson. That's just onside as well and flipped down to the corner. Lewington back to the point for Clark. Pass across. Blocked by McKay. Backhand forward. Knocked down. Out for it at the zone. Sharks get it out. Martin. Sarah Martin bringing it into the zone. Trying to catch up to it now. She tips it behind the net. Scorgiello. Tip to McKay. McKay turned over. Here's Frasca. A chance blocked by Severn. That one stung. And she'll take a line change and come off the ice. Deckers flipped ahead. Stick knocked out of Charette's hands. Penalty coming here to the Panthers. Willard fights off pressure and whistled down. And the Barrie Sharks will go back to the power play. This time it's Frasca to the box.
I'm not sure how to comment in the last couple of minutes. It's been great action back and forth. I'm sure Central York doesn't feel good about sitting another 2 minutes, especially when they feel like the momentum's trying to go their way.
So Frasca to the box for slashing. The Barrie Sharks on the power play. They're 1 for 4 here tonight. Quickly played up the boards, kept in though by Meta. Sonia Meta trying to get it past Janowski. She does. Down in the corner. Stewart trying to knock it free, but Cody gets it. Cody fires it out, down back the other way. First clear of the penalty kill for the Panthers. Sador leaves it for Sonia Meta. Meta the 7. No worse for wear after that block shot. Meta plays it forward, Stewart into the zone. Tipped off by Cody. Battle for it. Knocked free to Keller. Jenny Keller back to the point. Meta, Keller. Sent across. Nice block by Janowski. Puck knocked down low and kept in the zone. It's Neal on the clearing attempt. France sends it to the net. Stopped by Sanford. .105 to go in the power play.
Jamie Sanford getting off to a good start, coming in relief of her teammate. Hasn't let anything past her yet and has made some great stops.
Sharks would like to change that on the power play, but first we're going to do it again. And it was Van Berkel getting kicked out. Coming in will be Caitlin Clark, the defender, to take the draw. Charette stepping up, has space, plays it down low to Winter. Back to Charette, takes the shot, stopped by Sanford, and another whistle. Winter and Van Berkel on the draw, a pair of 12s battling there. McKay fights off Van Berkel, comes to the middle, takes the shot, deflected over top. Scorgiello down past Wallace. Clark gets there, trying to clear it out, kept in by Charette. Played down low, Winter. Sent down behind the net to Lesnick. Broken up by Wallace, goes back to the point, Scorgiello. Scorgiello, Wallace to the middle, McKay. That's broken up, back the other way, Clark. Ahead for Van Berkel and deflected out of the zone. Scorgiello battling for it against the boards. Some Panther fans not happy with that. Here's McKay, shoved into the boards by Martone. Battle for it, Shapira gets it ahead, and here goes Ordanis. Short-handed break for the Panthers. Ordanis gets around Scorgiello and scores! What a shot from Zoe Ordanis! Her 8th of the season comes short-handed, and once again, another sharp angle shot finds the back of the net.
Ahem, Josh. Central York takes advantage of having that puck on the stick. Short angle, gets it past the door, and it's now a 2-goal difference.
Well, the Panthers with a power play and a short-handed goal here in the second period. Cosgrave coming into the zone, takes the shot, stopped by Sanford, deflected and nearly came back on net. Johnson ahead for Martone, and the Panthers feeling it now. Only down by 2. They are clearly back into this game. Larman off the board, sent down the ice. Johnson played ahead, kicked by Cosgrave, and here goes Severn. In onside, got it around Minor, but grabbed by Johnson. Johnson ahead to Martone. Lewington, backhanded across, tipped by Cosgrave. Johnson gets there, plays it off the boards into the Shark end again. Cosgrave sends it out. Cody ahead to Martone, knocked down. 7, flips it back to the corner. Coming on with speed is Janowski. She's going to get there first. Nice job by Elizabeth Janowski. Back to the point. Here's Neal. Takes the shot. Knocked down and stopped by Sador. Back to the point now. Cody just over her stick. Cody plays it forward. Trafon to Shapira. Back into the zone come the Panthers. All over the Sharks right now. Shapira coming around Cosgrave. Puts it to the net. Broken up. Sador down, but it doesn't matter as the Sharks take it back out the other way. Here goes Brumwell into the zone. Getting around Clark. Abby Brumwell broken up. still has it, puts it out front for France. 2 Panthers were there to break that up. Meta takes the shot, that goes wide. Scores yellow now, that's deflected behind the net. Clark kept in the zone by Meta. It's broken up. Sharks with love. Just a good shift here, try and calm this momentum down that the Central York Panthers have found over the last little bit. Janowski around for Shapira. Broken up, battle for it. Meta is there, trying to put it out front. That's knocked down. France trying to get after it, intercepted, and here goes Shapira back the other way. Shapira, cross, Trefon into the zone, takes the shot, stopped by Sador. 1:20 to go here in the second period. Keller backhands it ahead. Decker's got to stick to the helmet there. Minor to Deckers, and up come the Panthers. Pack into the zone, fights off Meta, has space, Pack to the net, scores! Abigail Pack with her second of the night, and the Panthers continue to fight back. It's 4-3. Don't even look at me that way.
Hey, I'm a fan of the game. I love the fact that the Sharks came out after losing that game on Tuesday and took a 4-0 lead with a lot of momentum. Kudos to Central York for not giving into that 4-0 deficit, and now they're within 1 of tying this game. Kudos to both squads.
Well, the Sharks reeling right now, trying to get back going. Keller right off the mask of Sanford and out of play, but head coach Dwayne Eldridge has got to just be hoping that this Shark team can get to through the final 56 seconds still with the lead. Winter will take the draw on Van Perkel. Won by the Sharks, Cosgrave. Fighting down low, tips it behind the net. Stewart trying to put it out front, that's intercepted by Pack. Blocked off by Winter. Cosgrave tried to play it down low, intercepted by Deckers. Back the other way, down goes Ordanis. Not going to be a call on that one. Charette sends it across for Winter. Allie Winter dropping it back, intercepted again. Too many passes from the Sharks have been right on Panther sticks this period. Seems like every other second the puck gets turned over. Keller going back the other way. That's flipped ahead. Neal, pass, broken up. Lewington. That's deflected. Martone backhanded forward. Intercepted by Cosgrave. Sharks just trying to calm this game down. Cosgrave, long ice pass to Keller. She'll tip it forward. Won't be icing, so that'll pretty much do it for the second period. One final look for the Panthers. Broken up. And, well, about 18 minutes ago on the score clock, the Barrie Sharks had a 4-0 lead and were in total control. And we head into the break with a 1-goal game.
I'm a loss for words. I mean, we're being very treated to a very entertaining game tonight. We really don't know which way this is going to go in the third period, but we're treated to some awesome hockey, great depth by both of these teams, great goaltending. Jamie Sanford's been great coming in relief. Ava Zador has been solid. 1-goal difference. I think we're in for a really cool third period, Josh.
Well, nothing's been solved through 2 periods. Barrie Sharks 10-0 when leading after 2 periods, but the Central York Panthers have all the momentum right now as we're going to take a quick break and cool down after all that action we just watched, as you're watching the Barrie Junior Sharks and the Central York Junior Panthers live on YouTube. Well, welcome back for the third period here in East Bayfield. Just about 2.5 minutes before we get back underway, and we've had everything tonight. We've had goals, we've had huge saves, we've had penalties back and forth. The Zamboni broke in intermission. They had to get a new one, and
I was gonna say everything but the kitchen sink. Have we seen a kitchen sink yet?
I think he was outside. No one let the sink in.
Oh, okay. It's definitely been an entertaining 2 periods, Josh.
Well, the Barrie Sharks got the first 4 goals of this game. May Severn opened the scoring, then Sonia Mehta got a power play goal to make it 2-0 in the first. The Sharks came out flying to start the second period. Taya Wallace, a sharp angle shot, and then Abby Brumwell just about a minute later made it 4-0 Sharks. And sure, doubt kind of crept into some people's minds with it being 4-0. That's pretty hard to come back from. And Central York Panthers, though, a huge response. Power play, shorthanded, even strength, it didn't matter. It was Pack on the power play, followed up by Ordanis, shorthanded, and then Abby Pack again in the last minute. There goes 5-hole on Ava Sador to make it 4-3.
Even the shots on goal right now is leaning towards the Central York Panthers, 25-23. So I expect a very, very tight third period. I really cannot predict who the winner is going to be in this one.
Well, just about a minute to go here. Just want to give a big thank you to everyone that has tuned in. We didn't really know how this was going to go, but it looks like so far so good.
A big shout out to my 2 camera people tonight, James Pataglia, who's handling the Central York stream, and Delaney Schwartz, who's handling the Shark stream. Thank you so much for all your assistance tonight. Josh, thank you. This has been awesome. I hope we can do this again. Unfortunately, these 2 teams don't meet again this year. But you never know. Maybe we're setting a precedent. Maybe they'll meet in the playoffs. Let's look towards that, shall we? Anyway, 1 more period to go, Josh. Let's go.
Well, it looks like it'll be May Severn and Annabelle Van Berkel out on the draw. The 2 teams' top lines out there to get things underway. And maybe for the Sharks, I mean, the momentum all in favor of Central York. They're late in the second period, but maybe that break did the Sharks good, calm things down, and maybe the momentum doesn't carry over here into the third period for Central York. Sharks looking to hold on, Panthers looking to get back in it and snap their losing streak as we are ready to go. And Severn and Van Berkel won by May Severn, and we're back underway. Willard sends it into the zone, grabbed by Deckers. Played around the boards, tipped in the air by Stewart. Keller, Stewart, sent to the net, stopped by Sanford. Game was kind of flipped. The script of this game kind of flipped when Jamie Sanford came in. She stopped every shot she's faced, and Panthers been the only ones to score since then. Here's Minor. Played ahead, knocked down. Keller trying to force the turnover. Ordanis gets it back. Try to play it forward. Here's Pat. Already with a pair. She'll send it into the zone. Here's Willard. Battle for it. Knocked down. Taya Wallace trying to go back the other way. Knocked down by Telesnik. Telesnik to Lewington. Broken up. Sent out back the other way. Battle for it. Wallace sent into the zone. Grabbed by Clark. Nearly lost it to Wallace. Lewington gets it out of the zone. Panther bench wanted a call. They're not going to get it. Puck down behind the net. Sent around the boards. Past Johnson. Out back the other way. Lewington, though, is going to beat out the icing here. Nice job by Ellie Lewington. Her and Meta go into the boards. Martone trying to put it out front. Only one there was Wallace. Back the other way. Maddie McKay gets to neutral. Sends it in. Heads off on the line change. City France tons of speed. Puts some pressure on Cody there. Now Brumwell able to keep it in. Panthers get it back, trying to send it out the other way. Shapira fights off Swanson. 2 Panthers into the zone, the rest of them making changes. Brumwell, or Swanson, all over Shapira. Knocks her down. France getting aggressive as well, is able to get it out of the zone. Neal drops it back for Cody. Cody played ahead, got past Shapira. Cosgrave, backhander, broken up. Cosgrave able to get it back. Tipped ahead, Cosgrave. Sends it in, grabbed by Neal. Cody played forward, broken up by Larman. Knocked around, Severn trying to play it ahead. Panthers able to get it back. Here's Neal, fanned on the first pass, second pass. Gets past both Trefon and Cosgrave. Here's 7 around for Larman. Got past her, tipped up in the air. Battle for it, puck knocked down. Back to the point, Cosgrave. Or back behind the net, that's not the point. Battle for it, tipped around. And flipped out of the zone by Severn. Deckers. Chips it across, Ordanis. Foul for it, Ordanis sends it in. She had that short-handed goal that really feels like flipped the switch. The game was kind of even at that point, but then after that goal, the Panthers all over the Sharks. Sanford leaves it for Minor. Trying to play it ahead, knocked down. Deckers just missed Pack, and it comes out of the zone. Charette chips it down low. Puck behind the net. Stewart gets there. Trying to put it out front, that's broken up. Stewart to Keller. Back to the point for Willard. Gives to Keller, got past her, down behind the net. Minor to Deckers. Ryder Deckers getting it ahead. Lewington. Sharks would have been offside. Deckers, pass across, knocked down by Winter. Tipped around, nearly went into the Panther bench. Winter trying to play it down low. Broken up by Kira Johnson. Target on that pass was Keller. Here goes Martone up back the other way with Lewington. Panthers have some speed going into the zone, but that's broken up, and Jenny Keller trying to quickly go back the other way, but getting back was Martone to break that one up. Clark up the wing, trying to get around Meta. The two of them going to the boards as the puck goes down behind the net. Getting there first is Scorgiello. She's upended. Puck knocked to Johnson. Trying to put it out front. That's broken up. McKay trying to play it forward. Grabbed by Scorgiello. Off the boards. Past Wallace. Kept in the zone. Here's Clark. Going to step up. Panthers looking for that game-tying goal. Puck played down low. Broken up by France. Here goes McKay. Played ahead. Knocked down. Meta gets there. Spins back. Intercepted. Shot on net by Martin. Stopped there by Sador. Rebound goes to the corner. And the caught. In the corner. Tied up. And a whistle goes. 15:26 to go.
That was a long time without a whistle, Josh. You tired of talking?
I'm still good.
Okay. Great action back and forth.
Offensive zone draw here for the Panthers. Janowski will take it against Severn, and the Panthers have it. Neal floats it to the net, blockered away by Sador. Cosgrave played ahead, knocked down. Neal able to keep it in. Shapira. Puck comes out of the zone. Shots were 15-9 for the Panthers in that second period. After the Sharks outshot them 14-10 in the first. Trifon puts it down behind the net. And grabbed by Sador. .15 to go in the third period. A big 3 points on the line. Here tonight, you don't want to look back in March and be behind by 3 points to one of these teams because you lost here tonight. Here's Keller. Coming out back the other way. Jenny Keller getting ahead, puts it past Neal. Down behind the net, Keller. Try and knock it off with Cody. Stewart getting involved as well as Ordanis. Tipped around the boards. Coming up is Piper 7. She has an assist here tonight. That's broken up, played for by Neal. Van Berkel trying to come out of the zone. Kept in by France. She slaps it down low behind the net. Cody. Off the boards, ahead to Ordanis. Now Van Berkel knocked off the puck, but getting there is Neal. She'll push it ahead. Martone. Shoved into the boards by Keller and tipped down the ice by Larman. Larman gets around Neal, but Minor able to get to the puck first. Minor around the boards, past Lewington, puck goes down the ice. Here's Willard, played ahead, knocked down by Johnson, and Martone will come into the zone. Martone trying to make a move around Willard, still has the puck. Here goes Martone, denied by Sador! Oh, man!
I don't know what was better, Martone's effort getting around the defense or Zador's brilliant save on that point-blank shot.
Well, at first it looked like Willard had blocked off Martone there, but she was able to get the puck between her legs, deke around her, and come in, and maybe just waited too long, allowed Sador to make the save. And now issues with how late the Sharks waited to make that change. Cosgrave has to come off for Charette. Balfour, Panthers win it. Martone's loose again. Martone to the net, broken up by Meta. The two of them go hard into the boards. Here's Minor, a chance block. Puck knocked down. Meta is there. Martone was slow to get up. I think she may have wanted a penalty there on Meta. Slammed her into the boards. Broken up by Lewington. Martone tips it into the zone. Now going to chase Cosgrave behind the net. The two of them wrestle into the boards now. Here's Wallace. Blocked off by Frasca, but able to get it to May Severn eventually. Severn off the boards into the zone down behind the net. And icing is called.
I got nothing. All I can say is that we're being very well entertained here tonight with this hockey game.
I went home after the last time these two teams met, and I said that was one of the best, if not the best, Shark game I had called over the last 2 years, and I think this one has topped it.
It definitely is holding up to it for sure. I still have no idea how this game is going to end. It can end with either team victorious.
Off the draw, sent to the net by Endicott, and sent wide by Sador. Here's Cosgrave, played ahead for Severn. Got it around Frasca. Clark lost it. Here goes McKay into the zone. 1-on-5, McKay trying to put it out front. That was blocked off by Endicott. Panthers trying to go out the other way. That's tipped forward. Chasing is Martin. The rest of the Panthers heading off. Martin slings it out to the middle of the ice. And right onto the Panthers stick. The Sharks break it up and they go back the other way. Swanson looking for Brumwell. That's broken up. France was able to keep it there on that blue ice. Down the corner now, Neal lost it. Puck put out front by Swanson, but broken up. Janowski off the boards, out back the other way. Brumwell coming in, intercepted. Shapira knocked down by France, flipped in. And the Panthers will regroup. Neal to Cody. Played forward, Janowski tipped across to Shapira. Gets around, scores yellow, maybe a 3-on-1. Shapira into the zone, backhander, scores! Elizabeth Shapira! Her first goal is a huge one, and we're tied at 4.
And there are Central York parents here standing on their feet, and you can certainly hear the rouse of the bench from here, Josh. It is nearly deafening.
What a game. That was Shapira's first ever U22 elite goal.
I think she timed it perfectly. She definitely is not going to forget it.
4-4 with 12:18 to go. The Panthers look dead in the water.
I hope somebody grabbed that puck for her.
I did. Up the wing, Pack keeps it in and deflected out.
Well, no matter how this game ends, Josh, we have been treated to one heck of a hockey game tonight.
Well, just because the Panthers have the last 4 goals, I mean, you never know. They have all the momentum right now, but all it takes is one shot from the Sharks to take the lead. All it takes is one shot from the Panthers. Puck goes down on net, and Sanford sends it wide. Didn't want to hold it and set up an offensive zone draw for the Sharks. Puck goes around the boards. Here's Pack. Fanned on that one. Stewart to Severn. Trying to play it down to Keller. That's blocked. Decker's tried to play it ahead, knocked down. Stewart trying to come to the middle. Here comes Stewart, broken up. A couple Panthers converged on her. Stewart plays it off the boards, down low behind the net. Minor in the corner, knocked down by Harbeck. Deckers is there, played across to Ordanis. 11.5 to go. Ordanis into the zone, flips it in on net, blockered away by Sador. Willard turned over, Johnson gets it now. Panthers continue on the attack, looking for the lead. Clark played down to the corner, knocked down and broken up. Here's Harbeck, flipped ahead, intercepted by Lewington, and the Panthers come right back in. Here's Martone, blockered away by Sador. Johnson down behind the net. Martone had her stick knocked out from Charette. And that'll allow the Sharks to head back out the other way. Larman with Harbeck. That's flipped into the Panther end to Lesnick. Played around the boards. Out the other way, Lewington knocked down by Winter. 7 and Martone both go down. Winter to Larman, played ahead, 1-on-2, collides with Telesnik, and then nearly was able to get the puck back on that pass from Cody. Here's Wallace, able to fight off Endicott, playing it ahead. McKay trying to force it forward. Taya Wallace has it now in the zone. Wallace fights off the defender, gives it to France. Tried to play it down low, that's broken up. Wallace played down to the corner behind the net. Telesnik trying to get there, trying to tip it ahead. That's knocked out of the zone. 7 gets there first. Played ahead to Cosgrave. Into the zone. Annabella Cosgrave. Flipped down to the corner, Cody. Knocked down, McKay to the point. Cosgrave takes the shot, deflected wide. Sonia Meta gonna step up. She'll get there first. Meta has one tonight. Sharp angle shot stopped by Sanford. Now sent out back the other way. Here goes Shapira coming off her first goal. She's gonna skate to the middle, trying to get around the defense. Here comes Shapira, stopped by Sador. Puck's still loose. They jam away at it. Shapira gonna come around the other end. Puts it out front for Janowski. Sent wide. Cosgrave now. Up the boards. Tipped out of his zone. Panthers have it very good. Janowski to Minor. Both teams trying to make changes. Here comes Trefon into the zone. Pinned to the boards by Meta. Minor gets there, puts it out front, nobody home for the Panthers. Decker's trying to step up. She's able to keep it in the zone, flips it down behind the net. Trefon gonna get there first. Played down behind the net, Van Berkel, tipped around. Scorgiello will get there, battling with Pack. Scorgiello pushed into the boards. Able to fight through it. Pack tried to get the puck back. She was knocked down, and Severn hits that off the boards and out of the zone.
I'm at a loss for words here, Josh.
I could take 7 more games of this.
Really?
Off the draw, Ordanis back to Pack. Here's a chance, broken up by Keller. Abigail Pack looking for the hat trick. She's got a pair. Winter trying to knock it free. Melly Winter around. Clark knocked down. Charette trying to play it ahead. Keller gets it out of the zone. Ordanis across for Telesnik. Telesnik fires it in, stopped by Sador. Panthers will make changes. That gives the Sharks time. Charette to Stewart. Kate Stewart flipped into the zone. Cody off the boards. Trying to chip it ahead is Johnson. Johnson, cross-ice feed for Martone, knocked down by Larman. Played ahead, intercepted. Johnson coming right back in. Flipped into the zone. Sador leaves it for 7. 7 to Larman, right back out the other way. Final 8 minutes of the third. Larman gets around the defense, has Harbeck with her. Larman to the net, stopped by Sanford. She doesn't know where it is, but she's got it. And we'll get another whistle with 7:50 to go.
Both these teams are pulling out the stops. They really want to get the full 3 points out of this. Under 8 minutes to go. Let's see what happens.
Ray Severn out there now with Taya Wallace and Maddie McKay. The Sharks try and get back out front. Here's Meta to McKay. Back to the point. Willard takes the shot, deflected and stopped by Sanford. Here's Martone. Backhand it back to Minor. Wallace trying to use her speed to get there first. Clearing attempt remains in the zone. Gabby Willard on the point. Gives off to McKay. Backhand it down to the corner. Wallace shoved into the boards. Battle for it. Puck knocked free to Severn. May Severn trying to dangle through the defense. She got upended by Johnson. The two of them go down, and out come the Panthers. 2-on-2. Frasca got it around, and then she got upended. No call on the play. Back the other way. Here goes Severn into the zone, taking the shot block. Now the Panthers trying to attack again. Here's Frasca. Played ahead to Martin. Collides with Charette. Down she goes. 7 to McKay. Maddie McKay trying to flip it to Wallace. Just missed her. And that is...
Hit down with a high stick.
Hit down with a high stick,
Yeah.
You're right. And so
Wow.
that means the face-off will come in the Panther end.
All right, we got less than 7 minutes to go. Is there anything else that we haven't seen yet what they're going to see tonight, Josh? We've seen just about everything there is.
Penalty shot.
Shit!
Penalty shot. What's wrong with saying
Okay,
that?
we haven't seen that yet.
I didn't say overtime or shootout.
Oh, well, now you've said it.
Oops. Off the draw to Brumwell, a chance tonight. Rebound, Winter, stopped by Sanford. Winter puts it back out in front, stopped again. Huge opportunities for Mally Winter and Abby Brumwell, but Jamie Sanford keeps us tied.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness.
Best opportunities the Sharks have had since their 4th goal of the game. Here's Swanson putting it out front again, just broken up. Janowski ahead to Shapira. Pass forward, kicked ahead by Janowski. Puck goes down the ice. Going on net, Sador was thinking about covering, but Charette got there first. And now Janowski able to keep it in. Janowski trying to fight off the defenders, gets it down low. Here's Shapira, spins off Charette. Back to the point, Neal sends it across. Cody steps up, takes the shot, stopped by Sador. Big rebound, Brumwell's got it. She'll send it out back the other way. Panthers are there, 6:10 to go. Keller tried to cut off that pass, couldn't get there. Meta steps up, sends it right back in. Meta goes down though, but able to get back up to her feet and get back in position. Ordanis to Pack, she was able to get around Severn. Here come the Panthers into the zone. Pack sends it to an open corner. Stewart and Van Berkel go into the zone. Battle for it, puck comes down to Sador, and she's just gonna calm this down as we've entered less than 6 minutes to go in the 3rd period.
You wiping your forehead, Josh? You sweating? What a game!
Van Berkel and Severn again on the draw, 1 by Severn. Meta though couldn't get it free. Puck comes to Van Berkel through the middle. Knocked off her stick. Back the other way. Stewart played ahead. Tipped forward by Keller. Can she catch up to it? She can. Jenny Keller to the net. Sent wide by Deckers. Now trying to put it out front. Puck comes up in the air. Stewart tried to kick it. Puck comes free. Keller to Scorgiello. Down to Severn. Trying to put it out front. That's broken up. Back the other way. Minor trying to come out of the zone. This hit off Ordanis. Now Scorgiello going to come right back in. Scorgiello takes the shot. Stopped by Sanford. Back the other way, here's Deckers. Gets around France, cross ice feed, just missed Minor. Puck goes down the length of the ice. Charette is there, she'll backhand it ahead. McKay trying to catch up to it now, able to get around Martone, taken down, that's gonna be a penalty. McKay with a shot just over top. Here's Wallace, back to the point, goes past Cosgrave, and luckily for the Sharks, it doesn't matter as Martone touches up, and a tripping call there against Audrey Martone will set up a huge power play with 4:52 to go.
Oh my goodness, yes, Josh, we have definitely seen it all here this evening. Kind of a little bit disappointed now that there's a power play here because I would have liked to have seen it go 5-on-5 the remainder of the game.
Well, the Sharks are 1 for 5 on the power play tonight with a shorthanded goal against. Here's Wallace off the draw, taking the shot, didn't get all of it. Van Berkel trying to clear. Big keep in by Charette. Steps up, tips it down low, grabbed by Talinsky. Head shield clear. Sorry, Telesnik. Here's 7, played ahead to McKay. Addie McKay fights off the pressure of Pack. McKay, cross to Wallace. Taya Wallace into the zone, fights off the pressure of Telesnik. Sending it down to Winter. Knocked down by Clark. Audrey Martone very vocal from the penalty box right now, cheering on her teammates as they try and kill this off. Here's Wallace trying to drive the net, broken up by Telesnik. Wallace spins back, trying to get it to McKay, she will. Maddie McKay coming back to the point, gonna keep it herself, has some space. Here's McKay with a shot, stopped by Sanford. 4 minutes to go in regulation.
Well, now you're using the regulation word. Josh. It's 10 after 10. Is it past your bedtime? You're saying things you don't mean?
No.
No, okay.
France and Janowski on the draw. France, Stewart, Severn, Keller, and Meta. Off the draw. Cody trying to clear. Puck pinned to the boards. Cody's clearing attempt. Gets past Keller and out. Sonia Meta behind her own net. With the action and the intensity on the ice tonight, it feels like a playoff atmosphere here in East Bayfield. Meanwhile, it's just a random regular season game in November. Here's Meta into the zone, coming around Cody. 45 seconds to go. Meta to the point. Jenny Keller to Sonia Meta. Meta spinning off, battling Trefont. Meta still has it, playing it to the corner. Tipped by Cody. Meta out to Stewart. 30 seconds to go. Shot sent wide. Here's Severn. Gets to the puck, gives off to Keller. Jenny Keller across for Stewart. She couldn't knock that one down. She'll have it now. Stewart to the corner for France. 20 seconds left in the power play. France to Keller, tipped wide by Neal. Great play there by the Panthers call-up defender. Neal trying to clear, kept in by Stewart. 4-on-4 in the zone as Meta makes a change. Keller in the corner, battling with Neal and Janowski. Puck pinned to the boards, knocked down by France. Behind the net. Martone out in the box, back 5-on-5. 7, open is Kate Stewart. She'll wait, takes the shot, stopped by Sanford. Rebound, Keller, what a pass out in front, broken up. Martone trying to get there, kept in the zone by 7, touched offside by Severn. 2:36 to go.
You could just hear Audrey Martone from the penalty box urging her team on to kill off that penalty.
And now,
what an amazing kill off for them. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
That's huge for the Panthers and even bigger as well. Now an offensive zone draw as Severn, the referees believe, purposely touched that puck to force an offside. Johnson loses the draw to Winter. Charette will quickly clear. Now it's a race for the puck. Brumwell and Minor, and I think Brumwell's going to beat her out. She will. What an effort from Abby Brumwell. Battle for it against the boards. Brumwell and Minor going at it. Larman gets there, trying to go back to the point, broken up, sent out back the other way. Martone trying to get it to the middle, but that's broken up by Charette. Puck coming back in towards the Panther end, and Central York has it. Martone couldn't catch up to it. Now 7 pinches to try and play it ahead, but the Panthers, they're going to send it deep and get a line change. Sador leaves it for Charette. She'll send it around for Larman. Sam Larman fighting off Van Berkel, gets it to Winter. Winter back to Larman. Final 2 minutes of this one. What a finish we're in store for here. Puck goes down the ice. Pack played ahead, kept in the zone by Larman, and now blocked off by Wallace. Sharks with an opportunity here. McKay trying to fight through to Lesnick. That's broken up. McKay able to get it back though. Tons of space. Wallace is alone out front. Taya Wallace trying to come around. Sanford keeps it out. Back the other way come the Panthers. Clark for Ordanis. Here comes Central York into the zone. Van Berkel broken up. Meta flips it ahead. Pack played forward. Van Berkel can't touch it as she would have been offside. Puck goes down the length of the ice, and that'll be icing with 1:09 to go in the third period. And this game was almost pretty much over with Taya Wallace alone out in front.
I'm laughing because this is so entertaining, just watching these two teams go at it the way they have. Just amazing hockey where we're timeout being called.
By the Central York Panthers, so both teams have now used their timeouts. Just a reminder, the Panthers will play this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, at Durham West versus North York. Cheryl, I just mentioned the game Central York has this weekend. Can you give streaming details for those?
Yes, I'll be live streaming in Durham West on Saturday evening at 6:25 right there from the Ajax Rec Center. And I'll be back home on Sunday afternoon for the home game.
For the Sharks, they'll play Tuesday in Etobicoke. You'll have that one. You'll also have the Friday one at Ridley College. And I'll join you back for the game against Nepean next Sunday.
Awesome.
Nepean second in the standings, Etobicoke first in the standings, so 2 huge games again for the Sharks. And if they're anything like tonight, I think we're in for a couple more treats.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how it's going to top this one, though. I really don't.
So here we go, offensive zone draw for the Sharks. Keller and Neal go into the boards, both of them go down. Battle for the puck. Neal trying to knock it free. France to Keller. Final minute of the third. Will we have a last minute hero or will we need overtime? Ordanis to Pack. going out back the other way. Pack up the wing, sends it into the Panther end. Here's Pack into the boards. Grabbed by Keller. Trying to force that, knocked down by Janowski. Tip back to the point. Miner steps up, takes the shot, stopped by Sador. 37 seconds to go.
Seriously, hockey does not get much better than this. Seriously.
Janowski and Severn on the draw. Severn wins at Charette. Around the boards for McKay. Maddie McKay fighting off the pressure of a pair. Panthers keep it in. Decker's going to step up, sending it to the net. Blocked by Meta. Puck is loose. Meta's got it, trying to play it ahead. That was knocked down by Deckers. What a keep by the Panthers. Trefon behind the net, trying to flip it out front. That was broken up. 15 seconds to go. At this point, the Sharks just trying to force overtime. Panthers looking for a last-second goal. McKay can't get it out. Deckers one-timer sent wide. May have hit Severn in the process. 5 seconds to go. One final chance for the Panthers. Janowski to the point. Here's Deckers. Takes the shot. Saves the door. Rebound denied as well. And we will go to overtime. And a reminder, in the U22 Elite League, there's no such thing as replay review. So had that puck cross the line, we wouldn't truthfully know if it would have made it in time, but it would just would have been
we'd
called.
have to play back the live streams later, Josh, and kind of slow it down to see what would happen.
But my point is that wouldn't matter because the call on the ice may have ended up being wrong. So luckily that one didn't go in.
You know what? We'll never know. And if we don't know, we don't know. So, but you know what? For the fact that we're doing this live stream together here, both on Central York's YouTube channel and on the Sharks YouTube channel, how treated are we to bring these streams to both the fan bases, and it's a 4-4 tie. I'm actually sad somebody has to win this game.
Well, I don't think we could have asked for a better game ever. I mean, this has been...
Mark this one on the calendar, Josh. November 13th, 2025. I think it's going to be hard to top, no matter who ends up winning this game.
I think it's one we'll remember as broadcasters. I think it's one these players will remember as well. And because I've already said the word shootout, I'm going to use it again. I think if this game goes to a shootout, this game should be used in future references as to why the shootout needs to just be banned.
I agree with you on that one, but I also think that it also goes to reference to upcoming minor league players that when down 4-0, don't give up, don't give in, play your game, make momentum shift to your side, and put pucks in the net, and look what can happen. Seriously.
Well, great comeback for the Panthers, and I think back to the Sharks' head, even if they can walk away with 2 points here, they're going to be pretty disappointed that they didn't come away with 3, considering the way this game started. It's going to be France, Keller, and Meta for the Sharks, Clark, Van Berkel, and Pack for the Panthers. Essentially, our Panthers 1-1 in overtime.
Are you ready?
The Sharks at 1-0. Yes, I am ready. Here we go. Van Berkel, France on the draw. Overtime underway. First game at home for the Sharks to go to overtime this season. That's blocked off by Keller. Panthers trying to make a quick change, and the Sharks may have them. Meta into the zone. She's going to have a breakaway. Sonia Meta stopped by Sanford. Rebound. Keller denied as well. Backhander France stopped as well. Here's Pack. Waiting. Pressure by Keller trying to force a turnover. Sharks very aggressive right now. Meta's going to sneak a change. Here's Keller with the puck. Just going to drop it back to Charette, calm things down. Sharks will make a change. Charette on for, 7 on for Keller. Here goes France into the zone. France driving the net, backhander save, puck still loose. Severn couldn't get there in time as Sanford covers the puck.
Well, I guess the gameplay is carried over into the overtime, and we're getting exciting action in overtime.
Well, it didn't look like overtime was going to last long. Sonia Meta flying past the Panther defense. And I think Central York was too late on a change. Johnson is going to come back out for Telesnik. And now the Panthers have 3 forwards out there. So I wonder if there's a miscommunication here. The official's explaining to Steve Dempsey.
course, and are ready to go.
So the Panthers with 3 forwards out there right now. We'll see if that affects them at all. Van Berkel. Wallace all over from behind. Wallace nearly able to strip her of the puck. And then Severn tried to come forward. Here comes Van Berkel. Johnson will get off on the chain she wants. Shapira has the game-tying goal as her first U22 elite goal. Can she add on with an overtime winner? Charette pins her off to the boards and the Sharks retake possession. Under 4 minutes to go. Severn gets around Van Berkel. Heading back the other way. Severn gives it to Wallace. Tons of space. Wallace to the middle. Takes the shot. Stopped by Sanford. Panthers trying to go back the other way. Van Berkel spins back, regroups. Barrie native plays it across to Telesnik. Rachel Telesnik going to calm things down. Changes for both teams. Stewart all over Telesnik, all the way up the wing, trying to force a turnover. Look at Stewart go, but she can't get the puck. Steve Dempsey wants a call, not going to get it. Martone to Lewington. Here come the Panthers. She's taken down by McKay. No call there. McKay now trying to sit ahead. Miner had it in the zone, brings it out. Panthers regroup. Martone to Lewington. Lewington trying to come through the middle. Meta trying to get there and knock her off the puck. Lewington keeps possession, going to come into the zone. Gives to Martone. Cross to Miner, that's broken up. And now chipped down low. Sador will gather that one with 2:55 to go. And I think we're at that point where the officials have put the referee or the whistles away.
Whistles away, yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Josh. I think they're going to let them play it out, and whoever gets the momentum and gets the advantage is going to win this game.
It's going to take something very obvious or bad to end up in the box here for the rest of this one. Charette going back the other way. Gets past Trafon. She takes a tumble. 3-on-2. Charette a shot stopped by Sanford. Puck's loose for Janowski. They may have a break back the other way. Janowski just going to hold on to it, not trying to risk that pass past 2 defenders. Trifon into the zone. Battles for it. She's taken down. France. Charette. Cross ice feed. Keller going to catch up to it. She's past and negates icing. Keller pinned to the boards by Cody. Brumwell and Meta coming onto the ice. Janowski will grab it for the Panthers. Going cross, kicked ahead by Ordanis down the length of the ice. That'll be icing and set up an offensive zone draw for the Sharks with 2:14 to go.
Did you say that word shootout?
No, never.
No. We'll talk about that in 2:14, Josh.
Severn, Janowski on the draw. 1 by Severn. Puck goes back to the point. Meta. Sonia Meta on the point. Gets around Ordanis. Here's Meta driving the net. Off the crossbar! Meta coming close again. Battling now with Janowski. Janowski takes her down and out of the zone they come. Panthers make a quick change. Meta to Severn. Right back in. Here comes May Severn. Just overskated it. Here's Ordanis. Waits. Gives to Van Berkel. Van Berkel to Ordanis, a short-handed goal that kind of flipped this game. Ordanis trying to work around Charette. Tons of room here in overtime. Drops for Van Berkel. Just above a minute and a half to go. Van Berkel dekes it around Stewart. Gets to the corner, trying to put it out front for Deckers. Deckers now in the open corner, pushed into the boards. Battle for it. Deckers chips it down behind the net. Charette ties her up. No call there again. Pack behind the net. Trying to come up to the point, looking for Van Berkel. That's broken up. Sent out of the zone by Stewart. Pack will grab it. Abigail Pack right back into the zone. Trying to work around Charette. She will. Here's Pack in the corner. Trying to flip it to the middle. Broken up by Charette. Final minute of overtime. Wallace sends it ahead. Off the boards. Intercepted by Clark. Right back in come the Panthers. Caitlin Clark up the wing. Knocked off the puck by Wallace. Sharks looking to go back the other way. Wallace this time. Her pass connects. Piper 7. Going to come into the zone. Gives it to McKay. Maddie McKay has space. Takes the shot. Knocked off her stick. Panthers trying to go back the other way. Here goes Johnson up the wing. Deking McKay. Here she goes. Kira Johnson through the middle. Blocked off by Severn. The Sharks captain getting down on her knees to break that one up. Miner to Johnson. Fights past Severn. And then Severn knocks it off her stick. Johnson gets it back, dropping it to the point for Miner. 20 seconds to go. Miner's pass broken up and comes out of the zone. Shapira looking to come right back in. Spins off of McKay. Now gets through 2. Here comes Shapira. Chance for the win. Takes the shot. Stopped by Sador.
Martone the minor. Through the middle, minor. Final seconds, puts it to the net, goes over top. And we will go to a shootout.
Now, you had mentioned earlier about did you say earlier that it's the first time the Sharks have gone to overtime?
Second.
It's like second time, yeah. And the last time they went to overtime, what happened? 9 rounds of shootouts.
That's true.
Yeah. What do you suppose we're in for here tonight, Josh?
Well, the Sharks have gone to overtime twice. They won it in overtime once thanks to Ella Sabrin, and then that 9-round shootout on the back of Melly Winter.
Yeah, so this is the third time, right? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Fourth overtime for the Panthers, third shootout. They're 1-1 in that time.
Now, kudos to Jamie Sanford coming into relief of Claire Hicks. She shut the door and nothing has gotten past her since coming in. And Ava Zdorz had a fantastic game in net as well. Like, I can't pinpoint any, 4-4, but both teams have played their hearts out in this game. I hate to see somebody lose. All right, first shooter, Audrey Martone for the Central York Panthers.
Well, here we go. Martone will start it against the door. And here we go. Martone with the puck. Coming into the zone, has speed, goes backhand, scores! 1-0 Central York, Audrey Martone. It's a good start for them. Martone got sent to the penalty box after that. First shooter, Taya Wallace. For the Sharks. A goal tonight for Wallace, 2 goals last time these two teams faced off. Looking to even the shootout up. Wallace into the zone, waits, goes forehand and scores! We're tied at 1-1.
Oh, what else is new, Josh? We're still tied. Next shooter for the Central York Junior Panthers. Number 21, Zoe Ordanis.
Ordanis with the goal earlier today. Wallace will head off to the box, and here comes Ordanis. Trying to give the Panthers the lead right back. Ordanis into the zone, lost the puck. And the Panthers are 1 for 2.
Unfortunate for Zoe Ordanis for that puck to skip off the end of her stick. Can the Sharks take advantage here on their second shooter?
Sonia Meta with a goal earlier in tonight's game. She's had some great opportunities tonight. Hit the crossbar in overtime. She can give the Sharks the lead here. Meta into the zone, up the wing with speed. Takes the shot, stopped by Sanford. 1-1 after 2.
Central York's third shooter is Annabella Van Berkel, number 12.
Van Berkel doesn't have a goal tonight, had the game-winning goal last time these two teams met. She could have the shootout winner. If she can score and her goalie can make another save. Van Berkel in, forehand, denied by Sador.
So it all comes down to this.
Mally Winter won it for the Sharks last time in a shootout. They have to find the puck first. Winter comes back, gives a tap to her goaltender.
All right,
Mally
do the Sharks
Winter,
win it?
one of the Sharks.
Or do we move on to round 4?
Rookie players, Winter into the zone, takes the shot off the post! And we go to round 4.
We're going on to round 4, Josh. You didn't need to get home, did you? No, okay. Next shooter, number 4 for the Central York Panthers, number 87, Ella Frasca.
Strong game for Frasca tonight. 1 goal on the season for the Panthers defender. Frasca into the zone, comes up the middle, backhander, glove save by Sador. Sharks can win it again. And here comes Kate Stewart. Five goals on the season for Stewart. No goals in her return on Tuesday, but she had the game-tying goal in that bronze medal game. Can she win it here tonight for the Sharks and give them the 2 points? Stewart in. Forehand, scores! Kate Stewart, the shootout winner for the Barrie Sharks, and they come away with the victory tonight at East Bayfield.
Well, considering that the Central York Junior Panthers got the edge on them 3-2 in their own barn, I guess this seems only fitting for tonight, but what a treat we had tonight, Josh, in this game. Central York cannot be disappointed with their effort, coming back from being down 4 goals to force the overtime and more than 3 rounds of shootouts. It just said that somebody has to lose this game.
Well, no doubt about that. The Panthers will come away with 1 point. The Sharks get 2, which moves them up into 4th place over the Mississauga Hurricanes. A great game between these two teams, and hopefully down the road, provincials, championships, who knows, that there's a rematch between these two teams.
I would love to see these two teams square off again. Just the energy in the building was amazing tonight. Absolutely phenomenal from both fan bases.
Well, even before really the action picked up, at the start of this game, it was electric. You could feel it on the benches, tons of screaming, tons of yelling. The Sharks are the ones, though, that come away with the 2 points, but now next on the calendar is that big, bad, scary Etobicoke team. Any team can play with them, but they're the number 1 team right now. They don't have a single regulation loss yet. Barrie Sharks will look to change that, but if they get a lead against Etobicoke, they can't sit back and let them back in the game like they did with Central York tonight.
No, I agree, and it's awesome to see these guys are ex-teammates coming together at center ice and talking about the game, and hockey's awesome.
That's the best part about these two teams, is that this isn't a team that's 5 hours away from Barrie. They're just down the road, a 40-minute drive, and you're there. So these girls all seem to know each other, and they leave it all out on the ice when push comes to shove, and an amazing game again between the Sharks and Panthers.
Josh, this is awesome. I hope you had a great time with this.
Yeah.
I certainly did. I hate to say goodnight, but I still have to get home.
Yeah, so that's going to do it here tonight from the East Bayfield Community Center. Panthers fans, tune in Saturday, Sunday for your streams with Cheryl, and then Sharks fans, we're back on Tuesday against the Etobicoke Junior Dolphins. For Delaney Schwartz and James Battaglia, alongside Cheryl Gilroy, my name's Josh McCann. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Keep the faith, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This was awesome. We'll see you again soon. Good night, everybody.